Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. You can call me Z, and welcome to Z Kingdom, a channel where I talk mostly and utterly about astrology, astronomy, and scientific cool things about the universe. But occasionally, here and now, I might talk about some cool topics that I love, like maybe cooking, art, creativity, I don't know, maybe languages, maps, and geography, because I'm really big on those as well. So if any of those topics pique your interest, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell so you never miss notifications whenever I post a new video. For this video, I'd like you guys to obviously like this video, comment what was your favorite part, also comment other things as well about the video, and don't forget to share to friends and relatives as well, because I'm trying to spread knowledge across the platform. Like you read the title, this video will be on the earth signs in astrology. A few weeks ago I made the video on the fire signs. A lot of you have seen that video, so naturally it'll be on the earth signs today. So the earth signs in astrology are Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. It is the earth element that comes after the fire element, seen as the fire signs are mostly known as the energy starters. I like to think of it as the earth signs sort of take that energy and sort of persist with it. It's the earth signs that are kind of seen as the builders, and they're sort of seen as, you know, the sustainers of life. And when you think about it, it all makes sense why they come after the fire signs, because when you feel enough energy, enough stamina and impulse to at least start a project, obviously you have to be persistent and consistent to go through and do all the things on the checklist to finish the project. And this is exactly what the earth signs do, you see. It is the earth signs that are linked towards going through the process to achieve success. But in comparison to the fire signs, they just want to shoot directly to success. They don't got time. They do not have time for waiting around or drawing out what they want. After all, for fire signs, it's all about action. But for the earth signs, you see, the thing with earth, it has to go through a process to bloom into something beautiful. It's really the earth signs that truly understand that faith without works is dead. So basically, it's the earth signs that are associated with the works. The way I like to think of it is that the signature color to earth is of course green, and money is also green, and earth is also linked to the material world, and well, money does buy material things, doesn't it? Therefore, it's the earth signs that are really linked towards finance, linked towards money, really linked towards, they're very firmly grounded within the material world when it comes to possessions and just things to buy. When they go into a store, they know exactly what they want, because 9 times out of 10 they will have a to-do list. They are highly preppy people, and really for them it's best to pre-plan. Unlike the fire signs, they don't just rush into things without thinking twice. They are much more steady and much more patient towards things, and I believe that they really possess a much more slower pace in life. Obviously, by this logic, these people are highly efficient and highly organized people. I truly think for earth signs, they kind of want that balance. They want peace. They want something, just centered in a way. And if you think about it, that is really Mother Nature. Mother Nature, if you look at it, if you feel it, it's extremely balanced. It's almost like it's supposed to be. The cycle, it's so beautiful, and everything, when you look around, it looks so peaceful. Really, the earth signs are highly in tune with the earthly life, because I believe that a lot of the times earth signs do find a lot of peace and balance whenever they go in the wilderness or in the forest, a lot of the times, or whenever they get intuitively in touch with Mother Nature. But really, their true power comes from their works, because like I said, for plants and trees to grow properly, it takes a while. It takes a while for them, and a process for them to fully bloom and produce fruit or something beneficial. Therefore, the earth signs are the ones who are the builders. They basically do all the work. They put in all the work and service so they can sustain their life and the lives of others. The earth signs are kind of like the foundation, and they do an impeccable job at building a strong foundation for their families, for their relatives, and for others that they view as extremely valuable to their lives. Let's just say earth signs are truly grounded when it comes to knowing the value to their lives, whether that be a person, thing, or anything else. Let's just say earth signs are down to business people. They get down to business and they're highly down to earth. This can suggest that these people are highly realistic and logical people. In fact, actually, earth is actually the most realistic and logical out of all the elements. So really, for these signs, it's not about worrying about magical or whimsical things that they view as just fantasy. What's really on their mind half of the time is, I need to sustain my life, really. Like, how do I get one step ahead of everybody else when it comes to the material world, or like, you know, just even like buying new possessions, or like, you know, trying to get a new house, or like, they're always on top of these things. Much like the fire signs, they are achievers. Being down to earth people as well, the earth signs, they usually like to be in the here and now, and they really just like to live in the moment. Really, for these signs, every moment of their life is valuable to them, and they most definitely spend their time and money wisely. 9 times out of 10, earth signs will have a budget whenever they go to go buy something. Whenever they might be on a Christmas shopping spree, or a holiday spree, or a vacation shopping spree. Let's just say the earth signs are always on top of their game. They always have a plan ahead of time. For the earth signs as well, they're highly practical people, you have to know. Everything is viewed in a tangible way to them. And this also is because of how realistic they are. Could be suggested that the earth signs are much more willing to accept life for what they can actually like see. Let's just say if you require a business plan, or you require any sort of like planning of some sort when it comes to you're trying to limit your budget or anything like that, or trying to get this new thing but it's highly expensive, go to an earth sign, because they will specifically tell you all the things on the checklist that you need to get down to achieve all of these. Basically, for the earth signs, it's all about the use of things. Like I said, they're highly practical. They always look at everything, analyze everything. How can I use this? Is this sustaining my life? What purpose does this give to my life? Trust me, if it's useless, get rid of it. That's the kind of mentality that they have. Now you're probably thinking, well, with all this constant working and, you know, constant trying to always get to the top, the earth signs never have time to let loose, or, you know, just have a few drinks once in a while. Earth signs, they have no trouble going to a few parties or letting loose once in a while. They are not always on the go as you think they are. Once they already start pulling in that money, they already start pulling in all those fancy things, they know how to enjoy their possessions. After all, that's pretty much the reason for why they do what they do. In a group scenario, the earth signs may be the first out of all the elements to actually get rich. Overall, the earth signs are highly grounded people. They're highly cautious people. I would say they're much more disciplined and wise in comparison to the fire signs, because the earth signs have a lot more limits. They might even appear a lot more mature and a lot more just well-centered in themselves. Okay, now I'm gonna talk about the 3 earth signs and how they're different. Taurus. Taurus is the bull. Of course, with the bulls, they are highly noble creatures. They are extremely strong and physical and capable creatures. They are foot in ground creatures, and well, they are highly grounded, firm. And with those horns, they tend to charge. So with Taurus, you see with Taurians, they are highly firm people on the whole. When they make a decision, there's almost no turning back. Really, when they made up their mind, they made up their mind, and it's kind of hard to change their mind. Yeah, they might even be a little bit bullheaded. Taurus people, they know exactly what their intention is whenever they obviously want to buy something. Really being firm decision makers with Taurus, when they already like made up their mind and they already say they want to get something or they want to do something, they're gonna do it. They're gonna stay committed to it. These people are highly committed people. Whether that is to a relationship, to maybe even their possessions when they want to get something, or just really anything in general. It could be suggested that the Taurus is a very loyal sign as well. You know, when they already make it up in their mind that they want to be your friend or they want to be in a relationship with you, they're very committed towards that. They never like turn your back on you. They don't really like to backstab you. I really think with Taurus, there is kind of like a sense of love as well, because like they are ruled by Venus, the planet of love and, you know, just affection. So really, when you combine possessions, the material world, with love, I feel like one might agree that Taurus people, they love to lavish their loved ones, lavish their family and relatives with gifts and possessions. In fact, it's how they show their love. I just want to add that this has run relatively true with my experiences with Taurus people. They were always highly solid people in being friends with me, just really solid and being in a relationship with me. Like on the whole, they're very loyal people, and I can really just gel with them on the whole. Although Taurus, your firm attitude can have some downfalls. Obviously, you being stubborn, you being highly uncompromising sometimes. And I think this really comes from your fixed energy. Taurus is a fixed sign. So with this, Taurus people, when they already make a decision, even though it'll take a long time for them to make a decision because they want such a firm answer and such a firm decision that they don't want to change, when they make the decision, there's almost no going back. It's not that they don't like change, it's just that it'll be very difficult for them to change a lot of the times. Like, at least for you to change them. I guess in some cases, if their mood fits, then they might change. But it's just that fixed attitude that really makes them inflexible. Don't get me wrong now, their pros can be like being the bull. They're highly hardworking people, extremely hardworking and extremely devoted and extremely dedicated. Really overall, with Taurus, there is a sense of love and romance. They're also the most firm and the most grounded of the earth sign trio. Not to mention, Taurus does rule the second house, which is the house of possessions and stuff like that. Really for them, it's a lot about possessions, strictly possessions. Not to mention, it's for pleasure. They are also a sign of indulgence, so one may assume that they love to indulge in pleasure. Overall, Taurus gives off this characteristic of, I know what I'm doing, I don't need any more advice, I know exactly what my intentions are, and this is what I'm doing. I'm going through with this. They do an impeccable job at drawing out what they want, and they have a lot of depth. And even though they might even be a tad stubborn, too firm, uncompromising, and a little bit too inflexible, they still are highly loving people, extremely romantic people, loyal and committed people, and highly responsible people, really dependable people as well. You could really depend on them. Virgo. So Virgo is the maiden or the virgin. And so with Virgo, by the way, I know what a lot of you guys are thinking, this probably has to do with something, you know, sort of, I guess, something sexual in a way. But like for this sign, the symbol the virgin does not really represent something sexual. Really, it's a symbolic message of saying that Virgo likes to keep things pure. They like to keep things natural and refined. Let's just say for Virgo, they definitely pay attention to details. In fact, a good word for Virgo would be details or the specifics. Because really, Virgo pays attention towards all those nooks and crannies and things. They like to critique things. So basically, they always analyze. They're constantly analyzing things. And if they so much as see something unkept or something just not put in the right place, they can get extremely judgmental and critical. Really, a lot of people don't understand this, but the reason why Virgo might be highly judgmental and critical is only because they're highly judgmental and critical of themselves. They might even be a tad insecure and shy people. And I believe that this is just coming from a perfectionist mindset of always trying to look the best, always trying to just come across to other people as highly over-the-top presentable. And this obviously has its pros and its cons, but I think it has a lot more pros than cons. Even though it might be definitely highly hurtful to the ego whenever a Virgo does judge you to your face, it is coming from a much more positive place. Virgo, honestly, they like to see people being the best versions of themselves. So whilst they might judge you, still, they will give you some little tips or advice on how to make yourself better. You see, with Virgo, being the maiden, really, what's really important to them is Service. I believe that Virgos are sort of like givers, and yes, they are just as hardworking as Taurus, but much more changeable. I believe that their analytical mindset really comes from the fact that they're ruled by Mercury, and of course Mercury is all about communication. It's all about how you read, how you write. Really, it's paying attention to dialogue and transportation. Anything that has to do with critiquing, Virgos are on top of their game. This is why I believe that they can be perfect fashion designers, perfect designers on the whole. Really, if you want fashion tips or you want any tips on how to critique something, go to a Virgo. Trust me, they are great at giving you good advice. I swear, guys, my arms have been hurting for a minute. I just came from doing a little exercising, push-ups. Oh my gosh. It is a lot. They like to edit and fix situations so they could be a lot more fortified in the way that they want, sort of, for their life. So Virgos are always gonna have a mindset of looking at some cool items in the store and maybe thinking, I know a way how to make this look way better than it actually is. Overall, Virgos are highly idealistic, and ruling the 6th house, I believe that Virgos do really look at what can they perfect in their life? What can they revitalize in their life to purify it so it could be much more sustainable. Last but not least, Capricorn. Capricorn is the sea goat or the goat fish. Like I said in the fire sign video with Sagittarius in comparison to Aries and Leo, Capricorn is representing a creature that you can't really find in your everyday life. Whilst the bull and the maiden are natural creatures of Mother Nature, the sea goat is a mythological creature. And if you guys didn't know, this is symbolizing a half goat and a half fish. Really symbolizing how Capricorns have two sides to them, with the goat side being the much more ambitious and headstrong side. I believe that the goat side is the much more dominant side to Capricorn, being highly headstrong, just really being on top of their game, being straightforward, direct, blunt in a way too, and not to mention being highly stern as well. Much like Aries and Taurus, with goats, there's always a sense of charging, not to mention constant speed. Capricorns are just as ambitious as Aries is. Really, it's Capricorn out of the entire Earth sign trios that don't like to waste time. They don't like to waste time. They are go-getting people. If there is any Earth sign that really likes to rush into things without thinking twice, it's Capricorn. The sky is the limit for Capricorn. Like, they just want to shoot right up. I feel like with Capricorn, everything is just, it is what it is. Like, literally. Like, they don't waste any time trying to explain anything or make anything clear to anybody or sugarcoat anything. Capricorns say what it is. These goats love to be well-rounded, and well, I would say they're the most realistic of all. It's that rulership of Saturn that makes them highly stern and serious and restricted people. Saturn is the planet of restrictions. It's called the adulting planet, if you will, and it's a planet greatly associated with works, suggesting that Capricorns like to be on top of their game. Much more than Virgo and Taurus. It's Capricorn that likes to be one step ahead of everybody else. So what do? They always start from ground zero, trying to pull in all that money, try to pull in tons of success. Especially being a cardinal sign, Capricorns have no wasting motions. In fact, Capricorns enjoy being a good example for people or for those who have trouble getting to success. They want others to take them seriously, so they act mature. They act disciplined and highly vigilant. They have such an abundance of self-control and, well, they're quite centered in themselves as well. I would say definitely out of the entire Earth sign trio, it's Capricorn that possesses the most wisdom. I would say as well, Capricorn is just straight. Like, they view the world in either black or white. But the thing is, even though Capricorn may have these serious connotations about themselves, really they still have that fish side. And of course, if you think of the fish, it's highly mystical in a way. It has a sense of being in touch with the sort of unworldliness, if you will. They give a sense of fluentness and they give a sense of grace. They can let loose once in a while. They have that sort of mindset to, let me just let it go. Let me just have fun once in a while, I do believe that just like Taurus, there's a sense of love for Capricorn, but not so much a romantic love, but much so family love. Because, Capricorn is sort of like the father in astrology, and their opposite sign is Cancer, which is like the mother. Overall, for Capricorn, they are foot and ground people, yes. They are an amazing work ethic, and they appear highly serious. I say serious, but at the same time, they do have very witty and quirky stuff about them as well. They can be highly poker-faced. And yeah, guys, that concludes my video on the earth signs. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and especially if you are an earth sign yourself, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, comment whether you like this video or not. Like this video, subscribe, click the bell, never miss notifications whenever I post a new video, and share. And I will see you guys in another video after this one. The next element will be air, of course. I am an air sign, I'm a Gemini, I'm so excited for that. So yeah, and I'll see you guys in a new video.